So KKPIT came out with 3 new vehicles, right? A buggy, a truggy, and an on-road card. Here's the on-road card. ZQR Racing KKPIT KRL-RS chassis. And it's a kit. You build it from scratch. The shocks, big bore, 17mm big bore, all diff metal gears, spur gears even metal, 7075 T6 4mm CNC chassis. And you got different layouts for the battery layout. You can do dual or you can do a single. So we're gonna try to do dual here. This is how it looks on the inside. Full ball bearing kit. The length is 620mm, width is 280mm. The height from shock tower to the bottom without wheels is 135mm. And from wheelbase is 360mm. So here's some of the tune-up parts you can get. So let's just look at that real quick. I don't have those, but I can order those depending on what I want to do. And yes, I got to paint the body. I want to cut the box. You guys asked for it, so here it is. Oh, I got a pit man from KKPIT. Front splitter. Oh. We'll get to that in a second. Nice body, nice. Different style than I've had before. So I don't know what these are. You got spacers, bearings, and yeah, more bearings. G-bag, battery box, and some more parts here. Screw bag here. D-bag with parts. This feels like all aluminum. Shocks and springs. E-bag, F-bag, front splitter bumper and everything, rear splitter, wheels. A-bag is I want to say that these are the diff housing. C-bag has sway bars, pills, insert pills. B-bag, parts, more metal. CVD drive shafts, more metal. Tires with foam. You're just looking at the chassis and the plastic, looks good. It looks good. We'll check this out more once we break up everything out. Here's the stickers. Let's put this thing together and see what it's gonna look like later on, okay? And yes, I'm using paper for the build. So it does suggest check fitment, add and remove as necessary. So there is a trick putting this together here, everyone. And that trick is there's two types of holes. One's for the pin, one's for the screws to lock everything in. So, if you don't get in the first hole, try the second one. Which means you gotta turn your collar here till you find that hole, and then you insert your pin, and you turn your collar again, find where the screw's sitting up at, or the pin, and then you screw the screw in. There's no movement, no play, and it does move freely. I did put a washer on the inside. Output cups, that spring steel with the coating on it, again, KKPIT's gone out of the way for that. I mean, they've seriously made this rust resistance. So according to the diagram here, if you look at this retainer here on the side, there's a beveled side to it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a beveled side right here to it. You can see it right there. That goes on the outside. When you're putting your gears together, that bevel gear goes on the outside and down. All right, so now we got the suspension arms and holders and everything else in. I will tell you this, so there's precise measurements for each one of these. This is, when we get to the front one again, 12.8 millimeters. And when it comes to the steering rack, that's a different animal. And these are 12 millimeters each. So yeah, make sure you got them correct, because if you don't, you might have a little offset for a lot of stuff. So again, just looking at the chassis, I'm telling you, I'm just impressed how they milled everything out, how it looks, how it feels. Matte black with all that milding, that silver. You have to see it up close and up front, everyone, to say, yeah, Al's correct. This is a beautiful piece of work here. All right, so the chassis is partially put together. Front end, everything moves real smooth. No hiccups, no turn, nothing, unexpected. Same thing with the diff. Okay, so now we at the back on bag F on the rear diffuser. And this is kind of new to me, because this diffuser back here has 3 support systems. One is the main support system, which is composite plastic. There it is right there. There's 2 pieces. You got the one top piece in here and then this piece here. All right, so there again, precise measurement, 28.2 millimeters. Each one of these are 28.2 millimeters. They will attach again the rear diffuser from here to the center brace, from here to the center brace. All right, I've got to say this. This thing looks amazing. It looks really, really amazing. I can't say anything else about it. It's how it's looking without the electronics in it. It's how it's designed right now. Especially back here, the support for the diffuser. Oh my goodness, that is something else. Those 2 beams right there, that center brace. And this has a 3-tier center brace for the chassis itself. 7075 aluminum chassis, front to center brace tower, brace, and then you got a mid brace here, 7075. Then you got a composite brace right here. That is, oh, and by the way, it also supports the center drive shaft for the rear. In the bottom, I figured out one thing, what this is for. That's for heat dissipation for underneath the engine, the motor. That's what that's for. All right, so this is a different design than what I am so used to. So the shock just doesn't insert inside the suspension arm. As you can tell, we've got these inserts that go in the suspension arm on which the shocks mount onto. So yeah, that's a totally different thing that I've seen so far, but we're gonna try to get this done. I don't know if you guys can see all that, but this is what it says. Get this together, get these together. Don't forget to put your bushings in between. On the, I'm guessing it's on the back side, foot in red. You get all this together, it goes on the back side here. Just like that. And so far it's worked. We're gonna find out if it's actually supposed to be that way. You find the number 2 hole here. This is what the front looked like. You get a clear picture of it. Pretty weird design. I don't think there's shock extenders. Really help out with dampeners, but that's pretty strange. So. All right, everyone, so we're done. She's complete. Like I said again, this is not a 2-day operation here. It took me at least 3 days. Simple fact that I had to rearrange some stuff. I was going to use the 1650 kV motor, but it will not hold a 4956 motor in it. So I'm using the 2200 kV motor, 2250 kV motor from XC ESC. I'm using the 200 amp ESC, which fits. There's a few things that we'll talk about. Body mount posts here, it tells you to actually put it in set screws that are 3x12. These set screws right here. When I did that, this is how loose they were. They were very loose. I mean, they would flop all over the place. It would not sit straight. You have to maneuver the body to get it on here. So I substitute that with the cap heads of 14 millimeters so that I can tighten it so that I can set it in a certain way where I can put the body on, and you'll see that in a few seconds. The other thing I want to talk about is the suspension arm. You guys saw that, right? With it being as it is right now, how it's supposed to be put together, the number 2 hole. Yeah, so now you see what I'm talking about. This is where the instruction says put it at. And you see the angle of the suspension arm, how it sits up a little high. What I'm going to do is take both front ends, take it from the second one, move it to the third one, move it to the third one, and if it sits level, I'm good. If it doesn't, I'm going to move it to the fourth one, And if it sits level, we're good. So I'll show you exactly how it looks with the body on. But yeah, that's my issue here because now I don't have any clearance for the wheels in the wheel well. The battery box. I love the battery box. It's awesome. It's great. It's big enough that you can sit in here, put lights in the sound system and whatever you want to do with it. 160 amp, 200 amp ESC for the 1650 kV motor. There was no way to put a radio box, receiver box in there. So what I did, I took a Hobby receiver box, cut off the servo mount, and even it up, and now it mounts on there very nicely, as you can see on the side. And it still gives me access to take the motor off, without moving the box. That was a perfect thing for me. Turnbuckles. If you off even by 0.1, you're gonna have some issues, especially for the steering rack here. If you're off by 0.1, it's gonna either go left or right, depending on how far off you are. Make sure you got a good set of calipers, measurement as it has. Here's the body. I think it looks pretty cool. Some issues, but hey, All right, so I'm gonna try to keep this short because I know this has gone long, especially with the build part and explaining certain things that have happened during the build. But yeah, running videos coming. It's not on this video. This one's way too long anyway. But I enjoy building the KKPIT ZQR Racing KRL rally car. I'm gonna turn it to a touring car. I don't do a lot of rallying, so. Out there, when you get the photos done, you'll probably see some minor details where the paint doesn't match because some of it peeled off and I had to repaint it again with different paint, especially the black here. That was Traxxas. All this is Traxxas black paint. And I went to the Hobby Lobby and picked up some Createch black airbrush paint. So you're gonna see some white lines, some pink lines and everything else. But one more thing, the front, I would say winglet that's up here on this side here, it kind of cracked. You can see right here, all I did was come down here to adjust the footer down here. My finger touched the edge, well, not just touched, but hit it, and it cracked. And it cracked along that seam. So that is now super glued. And as you can see, the cracking is starting right here. I don't know how long it's gonna last out there. If they can just make this composite instead of 3D printing, that'd probably be a lot better, more durable and everything else. But other than that, KKPIT ZQR KRL rally touring car. Yeah, let's see how it operates now. But I love the build. The quality of it is excellent, everyone. I don't know what else to tell you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build video. Again, the running video is coming soon. Stay tuned. If you like the video, if you like me doing these kind of builds, leave your comments below, everyone. If you want to see quick builds or just a montage of certain things, leave your comment on that too. I can do that as well. Everyone take care, be safe, and I will see you on the next one. I'm out. Hope that paint on the wheels lasts. Yeah, this is going to be something interesting to run. Okay. You guys probably caught that, didn't you? Sorry. I'm out. I still didn't turn it off.